I want to share a really simple mindset shift with you today. It's not flashy, but if you actually practice it, it can change the way you experience almost everything in your life. So let me say this right away. This is not a fix yourself conversation. This is not a try harder idea. This is not another thing you need to remember perfectly. In fact, it's actually the opposite. So most of the people I work with, maybe this is true for you too, aren't struggling because they're not doing enough. They're struggling because they're being too hard on themselves while they do it. And that's where this shift comes in. So let's talk about the mindset that most people are operating from without even realizing. It sounds something like this. Something's wrong and I need to fix it. So when you feel anxious, you try to get rid of it. When you feel stuck, you pressure yourself to move. When you feel down or low, you wonder what's wrong with you. And even happiness becomes something to achieve. I've watched this for decades now in myself and in the thousands of people I've worked with. And here's what I know for sure. This mindset creates constant low-grade stress, even when your life's going great. So here's the shift. Instead of asking, how do I get rid of this? You ask, how do I be with this? That's it. That's the shift. And I know as soon as I say it, it can sound almost too simple to matter, but stay with me. Because there was a time in my life where I thought that happiness meant that I had finally fixed myself. I used to imagine myself like Humpty Dumpty who'd fallen off the wall, and I thought I was broken in so many pieces. And I thought I was broken completely differently from everybody else as well. And I had this belief that if I could just manage my thoughts better or stop feeling certain emotions or become more together, then I'd be okay. But what I discovered slowly, sometimes very painfully, was this. The moments I felt most at peace weren't the moments when everything was perfect. They were the moments when I stopped arguing with my inner experience, with what was happening in my mind. When I let myself be human, that changed everything. So here's why this works. When you're constantly trying to fix yourself, which is very much what our culture is trying to get us to do at the moment, your nervous system stays on alert. Your mind stays really busy and your body never really rests. But when you shift to this mindset of, how do I be with this? Something softens. And you stop turning normal human feelings into emergencies. So sadness becomes sadness. Uncertainty becomes uncertainty. A bad day becomes a bad day, not a failure. And that alone can be life-changing. I worked with a woman a few years ago who really was trying to jig her life so that she could get herself to a future version of herself who was finally okay. And so her and I explored this shift together. So instead of fixing her anxiety, I taught her how to sit with it kindly, gently, without panic. And a few weeks later, she said something that I never forgot, which was, she told me that she still had anxiety, but it doesn't run her life anymore. That's the power of this mindset. Not elimination, but relationship. So let's make this really practical. Imagine you wake up anxious. Your old mindset is going to say something like, I shouldn't feel like this, I need to calm down. And your new mindset would say, okay, anxiety is here. How do I be with myself right now? Or maybe you wake up and you feel unmotivated. And your old mindset would be, I'm so lazy, what's wrong with me? And your new mindset could be, something in me's tired. What would help me, not punish me? So this isn't giving up, it's stopping the inner fight. So here's something important. People often resist this mindset because they think, if I stop fixing myself, I'll never change, right? I can hear some of you relating to this. But the opposite's true. Real change doesn't come from attacking ourselves. It comes from safety. So when your system feels safe, it naturally moves towards growth. I've seen this again and again. After 30 years of studying happiness and emotional regulation and human behavior, this is one of the deepest truths I know. You don't transform your life by becoming someone else. You transform it by changing how you relate to yourself in the moments that are hard. That's the work. Quiet, gentle, powerful. So here's something you can try today. During the day today, the next time you notice discomfort, just silently say to yourself, this too belongs. And then ask, what would kindness look like right now? No fixing, no solving, just presence. You're not broken. You never were. And sometimes the most powerful change starts with stopping the fight. Today, notice one moment where you soften instead of pushing. That's enough. I hope this was helpful. As always, be kind, take care, go gently in the world.